Beautiful people, welcome to Mose Knows. I'm your host, Mose. Today, we are on episode 27 of the team-specific mock draft series. If you're watching this video, we are 4 days away, people. 4 days away from the start of the 2021 NFL draft. I'm super excited. I'm dumb excited. This series has been great so far. Your participation has been great. Getting your feedback about your teams and what you guys think you should do. There's been some things that you guys agreed with, some things that you disagreed with. Heck, I knew that was going to happen. There's a whole bunch of agreeing and disagreeing. If you look at every team in the NFL right now, even in their own war rooms between head coach and GM, position coaches, the scouting department, there's a lot of different opinions going on in those rooms. That's what makes this so exciting. Hearing the different opinions, getting to all of that data and all that information compiled and making the best decision for your team. So we are on episode 27 of the team-specific mock draft series, as I mentioned. Today, we will be the GM for the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens fans, holla at me. Orlando Brown Jr. said he wanted to go. He wanted to go to a place where he could play left tackle. The Kansas City Chiefs picked up the phone and said, look, we'll give you 31. We'll throw some other stuff in there. You throw some other stuff in there. Let's make it happen. They made it happen. So Orlando Brown Jr. goes to Kansas City. Well, where most likely he will move to the left side and play left tackle to protect Patrick Mahomes. And now there's a void at right tackle in Baltimore. Is that a position that we tackle? I know there's a void on the defensive side as far as those outside linebackers in that 3-4. Is that where we go? It all depends on how the draft board shakes out. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it. You feel me? Where they at? Over here. Baltimore Ravens. We won 7 rounds. Now, I'm going to like this draft a lot. Y'all know how Mose get down. Did my little homework. Took a look at the picks after this trade. Baltimore got 2 first-round picks. No second-round picks. But 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, and a 6th. That's 9 picks in total. First round, third round, fourth round, fifth round. 2 picks in each round. Y'all know. How many times I got to say it? Y'all know Mose love multiple picks in a round. I love that. But we up on the clock here at 27. Now, in these mock drafts, I don't do trades. It's too much going on. Picking a team to trade with, making sure to compensate. We're not doing all that. But I do think one of these picks or both could be traded. If there's a player that's still on the board that they want to move up, they can package 27 and 31 and go up and get that player. Maybe they stand pat at 27. Maybe they take this 31st pick and they trade down and move into that second round. Let one of these earlier second round teams, move back up into the first round if there's another player that they want. So again, that's what you have with multiple picks in a round. You have that flexibility. But let's take a look at the board. Ooh, I see a guy that I like. Now, I don't know if he fits the profile necessarily, because he isn't a big guy. But right off the bat, this team needs edge. Azeez Ojulari is on the board. I think he would be a great fit in that 3-4 outside linebacker role for Baltimore. Jason Owe is still here. I like that as well. Sam Cosmi is still here. Liam Eichenberg. Maybe those one of you guys. Those are one of the guys you take at 31 to fill that right tackle spot. I think his talent is too immense to pass up if he falls here. So I'm going to go with Azeez Ojulari. We're not even going to waste time with that pick. We lost a couple guys in free agency in that outside linebacker spot. We weren't able to bring back Yannick Ngakoue, who went to the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, we have Jalen Ferguson, who is up and down, hasn't lived up to his billing. Tyus Bowser, who is a steady veteran presence. And then Pernell McPhee, getting older up in age. He's a rotational piece, but not a guy who's going to wow you. I think you can bring in Azeez Ojulari, have him fill in that outside linebacker spot. And I think he would, be great in that defense. Now we're back on the clock at 31. Again, this pick is something that could be traded. But I think, you lose Orlando Brown Jr. Right now, Tyree Phillips is the only option at right tackle. Andre Smith is also on the team. He could probably play swing. He is a veteran, but he's getting up there in age. Even when he was with Cincinnati, he had a few good seasons, but nothing to really wow you. To me, Andre Smith was a bit of a disappointment. He had all the tools and the abilities to be a great tackle. It just never came to fruition for him. And again, he's getting up there in age. So are you going to get 17 games out of him as a starter at a, all-pro, Pro Bowl level like you did from Orlando Brown? I don't think so. So I think you can go young here. And somebody like Sam Cosmi, I think, would fit that bill. Come in and slide in that right tackle spot. You don't lose a beat. So we're going to go Sam Cosmi at 31. But I think that 31st pick is likely a trade candidate, maybe to pick up a second-round pick since they don't have one. Like I said, they could package 27 and 31 to move up if there's a player that they really love and that they really want to get. So those are always options. Second round goes by where we don't make a selection. But like I said, we got 2 draft picks in the 3rd round. So let's see what happens when we're up on the clock. And we are just about there here at pick 94. And then 10 picks later at pick 104, we are back on the clock. So let's take a look at some additional needs. Safety, wide receiver, tight end, interior O-line, wide receiver again, linebacker again, corner, and interior D-line. We solid at corner. Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Jimmy Smith, Tavon Young. We solid there. I think safety is definitely an option at this point. It might be too. I don't think it's too high. I mean, based off of the Draft Network ranking, it is. But 3rd round for Talanoa Hufanga, pick 94. I don't think that's too high. So that could definitely be an option. I mean, I think we're solid at wide receiver. We still don't have anybody that has stepped up to really take hold of that number 1 role. I mean, you can say Marquise Brown, but is he a true number 1? I don't think he's grown into that just yet. I think he has all the ability. He definitely can, but I don't think he's grown into a true number 1 just yet. We got Sammy Watkins for a veteran presence in that room. Devin Duvernay, Miles Boykin, James Prochet. So I think we're pretty good at receiver. Maybe we can pick one up later. Running back, I think we straight. We could take a look at tight end. I don't think there's anybody here worthy yet. Trey McKitty. Shout out to 49er Faithful 365, my boy Nick, who was on our most recent live show. Listen, if you didn't check that live show out, please check it out. We had a very, very special guest, somebody very important to me. My wife, my beautiful wife, stopped by Mose Knows and was a special guest on our live mock draft show. Some hilarious moments. I'm not going to spoil it. Just at least watch the first 15, 20 minutes. Some very, very hilarious moments throughout that video. My wife knows about football. I'm big into football. My father-in-law is big into football. She's, grown up with it, but she's not a football head. So some very, very funny moments. Check that video out. I'm sure that y'all will get a laugh and y'all will enjoy that video. Let's take a look and see what else we got here. We could go interior defensive line, but we need more nose tackle type. That might fall later. Let me see. Let me go back to all. Nope, I said all. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I mean, tight end is a need here, right? And we got Mark Andrews. Behind him, we got Nick Boyle. Not really set on that. Does Baltimore want to run a 2 tight end system? It's possible. It could happen. I gotta double check. Is Greg Roman still offensive coordinator in Baltimore? Let me know. But I believe at one point they did want to run 2 tight ends, and I think who's the tight end at Atlanta right now? Because wasn't he initially drafted by Baltimore? I think they drafted Andrews and this kid in the same year. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, what's his name? Hayden Hurst. Wasn't Hayden Hurst drafted by Baltimore? Yes. 2018 and 2019 he was with Baltimore, and then I believe they either cut or traded him. All right, and then double check, when was Andrews drafted? Andrews was drafted 2018. I think they drafted them both the same year. They drafted Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst. They wanted to run a 2 tight end system. For whatever reason, Hayden Hurst didn't pan out, work in their system, whatever the case may be. But do they still want to run a 2 tight end system? Do they want to have the flexibility to have 2 tight ends on the field to help in the running game? You know, to help with Lamar Jackson, keep him protected, give him bodies in the intermediate parts of the field, work in the seams, work in the middle of the field, big body, strong hands on, you know, third downs if he can't go to the outsides or go deep to his wide receivers. When he scrambles and he takes off on his runs, have another big body type guy to help in the blocking scheme. Do they want to do that? I think it's possible. They tried it in 2018. Hayden Hurst didn't work out. Maybe they try to bring another tight end in behind Mark Andrews. And I think there's one on the board that could fit their system with what they do, especially with his ability to block. I think this is good value here, and it gives us a we have the flexibility because we have another pick in 10 selections at 104. So I'm gonna go Hunter Long, tight end out of Boston College at 94. I think that could really, really help the offense. And we're back on the clock. Let's see safeties. Tyree Gillespie's here. Might not be a bad pick here. But ooh, Hamza still here? That's my pick. Sorry. I didn't know Hamza was still here. The last pick before the 4th round, I don't think that's a reach for him. For what this Baltimore defense does. I mean, you look at Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith is not known for speed. Marcus Peters, same thing. Not known for speed. Marcus Peters' instincts, his ball hawking ability, his footwork, his anticipation. You can call him a loose cannon all you want. You can say he got an attitude problem. He played with a mean streak. This is football. You got to play with a mean streak. You got to play with an edge. I loved Marcus Peters coming out. I wanted the 49ers to draft him, and he was on the board for us. And we took Eric Armstead. No disrespect to Eric Armstead, but I wanted Marcus Peters. I still love Marcus Peters. I was mad when he got traded to the Rams, or the Rams picked him up. I was like, oh, we got to see him. And then when the Rams traded him, I was like, good, get him out of my division. I should have kept him. Marcus Peters with Jalen Ramsey would have been crazy. But Marcus Peters, just his instincts, the way he tracks the ball down, he puts himself in great position all the time. Sometimes he might guess. Sometimes he might jump the gun because he's eager to get his hands on the ball. But when you play defense, it's about getting stops and turning the ball over. And Marcus Peters does that, but he's not the fastest. He didn't run a 4.2 or a 4.3, but a Pro Bowl corner. He gets the job done. One of the best in the game. So I think Hamza Nasirildeen at 104, one pick away from the 4th round, with his same thing, his instincts, the way he's able to track the ball, the way he's able to track the ball carrier. He's all over the field. I've been pounding the table for him through this entire draft process. Put the tape on. There's no way you won't be able to like Hamza Nasirildeen. No way. And I think he fits well in this Baltimore defense. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Interior O-line, wide receiver. What wide receiver still here? My young boy Daz is still here. Daz Newsome. Anthony Schwartz is still here. Shai Smith. Simi Fihoko. Cornell Pound. Demetri Felton. Got a lot of good names still here, which makes me feel like we can pass on that here and go to another spot. Kendrick Green, I think that would be a great pick at 131 here in the 4th round. I mean, we have Bradley Bozeman and Kevin Zeitler. I mean, but it's always good to have young fellas behind him in depth. But I see Ben Powers and Ben Bredesen. Interior O-line may not be as big of a need as necessary, so maybe we don't need to get one now. But I think the benefit of having a guy like Kendrick Green in the tuck, even if he's, sitting behind Zeitler for, a year or two, and then he takes over that job, I think, that'll work. If we want to get more outside edge help, a guy like Charles Snowden, I think, could fit this Baltimore defense. So that's an option here. Corner, maybe a late round corner. Ooh. Sean Wade for the slot. Now, I mean, is he going to beat out Jimmy Smith and Tavon Young? Probably not. I mean, this team is 4 corners deep. Even if you think about Geno Stone and Anthony Everett behind them, it may be overkill to draft another corner. But if you're thinking about, longevity, getting guys in the fold that you can build and groom, guy like, you can't go wrong with any of these guys right here. Sean Wade, Trey Brown, or Darius Williams. Can't go wrong with either one of those dudes. Let's see, interior D-line. Should we go here? Oh, Marvin Wilson's still on the board. I like that. That's nice. So do you go interior D-line or interior O-line? You go Marvin Wilson or Kendrick Green? Now, the only thing is, I think Marvin Wilson's best fit is more likely going to be in a 4-3. Yeah, see, they say scheme fit, 4-3 attacking style defense. I don't think he'll fit well in a 3-4 type scheme, playing behind somebody like Brandon Williams as that nose tackle. So I don't think that would be the pick. So here at this point, best player available, might as well go Kendrick Green just to add some depth to that offensive line. And we're back on the clock at 136. 2 picks in the 4th round. We got 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then we're wrapping it up. Dobbins, Edwards, Justice Hill. I don't think we need another running back. We already took our interior O-line, so no need to go there twice. Dalen Hayes might be a good edge rusher for this team. Yeah. 6'3.5", 261. I think he'll be able to stand up. Yeah, see Sam linebacker. Yeah, they have the scheme fit as 4-3 under front, but I think he'll be able to drop outside. I think he has the athleticism to do it. And if his primary role is a situational pass rusher early until he gets, his legs underneath him, get his feet wet in the NFL, and then blossom into something a little bit more, I think that's a possibility. So again, with the guys that you have, trying to add competition and depth. The season has been extended one game. So we're not playing 16 games anymore, we're playing 17. So all of these things the teams are thinking about. This is football. It's a violent game. Injuries happen. You want to bring in competition. You want to get the best out of your players. You want to have depth. If somebody goes down, you want to be able to make sure that the guy behind them is just as good so that they can come in and your offense or your defense doesn't miss a beat. So I'm going to go Dalen Hayes here in the 4th round. We got an edge rusher earlier, but you can never have enough pass rushers, especially in this league. Teams try to wear you down with the running game, time of possession, holding on to the ball. You want to keep those pass rushers fresh. You don't want their legs getting heavy. You don't want them breathing. You don't want them breathing heavy and gasping for air. You want them firing off the ball every snap. So it can't hurt to have, additional pass rushers at your disposal. Back on the clock here in the 5th round, pick 171. Let's see who's available. We could get another safety, guy like Caden Stern. I think also would be a good fit for this defense. We could go wide receiver here if you want. I believe Chris Tonga would fit that nose tackle role. So we can go Tonga here. He's 178. We're at 171. And when do we pick again? 184. Let's see. Chuck Clark, Deshaun Elliott, Anthony Levine, Sr., Jordan Richards. I mean, you legit could bring in 2 safeties. Add in a guy like Caden Stearns. Which I hope I like Caden Stearns. I hope he's going before the 5th round. But whoever gets him, if he falls to the 5th round, whoever gets him, they're getting a solid player. I think that might be a steal for them. I mean, you could go Caden Stearns. You could get the wide receiver. You could go Anthony Schwartz. Who do I want? Do I want the safety or do I want the wide receiver? I got Boykin, Brown, Renee Watkins, and Prochet. And I would feel more confident about that group than I feel about the safeties. And if he's not able to crack the starting rotation or be, the first backup, in the depth chart, then he can help you at least early on special teams, keep guys fresh. I like the wide receiver group a little bit better than I like the safety group. So that's why I went Caden Stearns there. And back on the clock, 5th round, 184. Did somebody take him that fast? Oh, Buffalo did me grimy. I was going to go Chris Tonga right there, and Buffalo snatched him. This is what happens in the NFL draft. You got to be quick. Could go Bobby, but he a little light. Bobby light. At least too light to fill in as that nose tackle. Oh, that would have been solid. I think we could go Naquan. Naquan could fit that role. Oh, that would have been solid. Yeah, but Naquan 240. We might be able to go somewhere else and get him later. Oh. I mean, if you take a look at it, Niners, Packers, and Bucks went safety. So Caden would have been gone if I would have went Tonga. Caden would have been gone. But that hurts. That hurts. Goodness gracious. But that's how the draft goes. That is how the draft goes. I think a lot of these teams feel like they know what another team is going to do, but they don't. They have no clue. So it's that waiting game, that wait and see what it could happen. Let me check linebackers real quick. Maybe Justin Hilliard. Put him next to Patrick Queen. That could be an option for us at linebacker. What corners are here? Amador is here, still here. I just don't see that as a need. I like Hilliard more than I like Ross. So 5th round, let's go Justin Hilliard. Linebacker, add him to our mix there. And I think we have one more pick here in the 6th round, and that'll do it. Here at pick 210, let's go to all. Let's see best available on the board. It's usually wide receiver or corner. We drafted 2 edge guys. Now, I said you couldn't have enough edges, but I think we don't need to draft another edge rusher. I think we're good there. I mean, you could go wide receiver with this last pick. I don't feel like Sage Surratt is going to be here this late. I feel like he's going to go earlier than this, but he's here and he's available in this mock draft, so I definitely could take him if we wanted to add a wide receiver. We could definitely go to the interior D-line. I think with this last pick, I think now we could take Naquan Jones and bring him in for that interior D-line depth behind Brandon Williams at nose tackle. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to sit here until this finishes up. But that's going to do it. It's sad. I'm not a Ravens fan, but it's sad to see Orlando Brown Jr. go. But I respect the organization. He feels like, he's grown and he's matured, not only as a man, but as a player. And he wants to go somewhere where he can prove that he has done that by playing the premier position on the offensive line at left tackle. They granted his wish. They were able to get some good value in return for him. They sent him to a good team as going to be in playoff contention more than likely. And he's arguably protecting the blind side of, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So good for him. The Ravens are a stand-up organization for granting that trade request and allowing him, to go and spread his wings and see if he can do that. So, I hope it works out, for both sides. I really do. That was a good sight to see. Sad to see him go. I think him and Ronnie Stanley were a good tandem. But this is the business of the NFL. I'm glad to see that Baltimore accommodated the player in that situation. And now it's up to Orlando Brown Jr. Either he lives up, to that billing, requesting that trade and, going out to play left tackle, or he falls flat on his face. But he can't say that Baltimore, didn't allow him to do that. So let's recap and get on out of here. At pick 27 in the 1st round, we take Azeez Ojulari. Also in the 1st round, pick 31, we take Sam Cosmi to fill in right tackle now that Orlando Brown Jr. is gone. We did not have a 2nd round pick. In the 3rd round, pick 94, we take tight end Hunter Long out of Boston College. Also in the 3rd round, pick 104, we take Hamza Nasirladeen, safety out of Florida State. In the 4th round, pick 131, we take guard Kendrick Green out of Illinois. Also in the 4th round, pick 136, we take edge rusher Dalen Hayes out of Notre Dame, add some depth to that outside linebacker position. In the 5th round, pick 171, we take safety Caden Stearns out of Texas. 184, also in the 5th round, we take linebacker Justin Hilliard out of Ohio State. And at 210, we take defensive tackle Naquan Jones out of Michigan State. Ravens fans, let me know how I did. In 4 nights on Thursday night, 1st round of the NFL draft, I will be doing a live stream. So just letting y'all know that now. I will be doing a live stream. I will be having fans from all teams in the first round on the live stream. So fans are going to be popping in the live stream with me while their team is on the clock. We're going to be talking about the position that the team is in, what that person thinks that their team is going to do, what they want them to do. Once the pick is in and it's announced, we'll get reaction from that fan. If they like the pick, if they didn't like the pick, and then we'll drop that fan out and we'll bring the next fan on until the first round is complete. Shout out to my boy Miles. He is the representative for the Baltimore Ravens, who will be coming on Mose Knows live stream during the draft. It's going to be an awesome time. If you can tune into that, during the draft while it's going on. If you are a fan of a team and you want to hop on, let me know. Shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let me know what team you're rocking with. Let me know that you would be interested in, joining a live stream, talking about, what your team is going to do, and then giving a reaction to the pick. It's going to be an exciting time, something fun and interactive that we can do here at Mose Knows for the draft. We've been, doing these videos in this series leading up to this point, so we might as well have fun with it and enjoy it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Ravens fans, let me know how I did. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what you would do differently. You can leave that comment below. I love interacting with you guys. I'll be responding to all comments that come in. You can hit me up on my social media. As I mentioned, they will be linked in the description below. And if you took time to watch this video, if you clicked on the thumbnail and came in to Mose Knows, appreciate you. I love you. You're family now, and there's nothing you can do about it. So what I need you to do, family, is two things. I need you to hit that subscribe button, right? It's the red button. Say subscribe. Go ahead, hit that. Then after you hit that, take another 2 seconds and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops here at Mose Knows. Once I build the stream and I post it before it broadcasts live, you will get notified when it's up, when it's available. So if you say, okay, here's a live stream, Mose Knows live NFL draft party night 1 with fan interaction and reactions, you will get notified when that happens. You want to be notified when that goes down. Again, I love and appreciate you. Thank you for your time today. And I'll catch y'all in episode 28. Peace.